all this stuff. So everything in the world starts simple and becomes more complex. That is the way things go. And so today, my plan is to simplify, to go back to the basics, to lose the complexity. We'll see if that can happen. We're going to go back to those mindful movements from Thich Nhat Hanh. He's the Vietnamese monk that has been exiled to the south of France. He and the people in his monastery, monks and nuns, meditate every day for peace in our world. And they do these 10 very simple movements, but they're very powerful. So we're going to work with those today. We're going to start seated, but then we're going to stand and do some, and it'll be lovely. I'm going to check the screen one last time in case there's any important messages about what's happening, and then we'll get started seated in our chair. Checking for the chat. It's okay, good. Everything's fine. It's so confusing sometimes, but you know what? See, this is a perfect example of simple to complex, right? We started, we were in person, everything was great. We continue with yoga. Now we add in this technology portion. Things get more complicated, but we can handle it, right? That's growth, change and growth. We're not going to go back to can't do this. The world shuts down. We can't do yoga, right? We welcome this change, this complexity to support us. Boom. It all ties together, my friends. Sit back on your chair, find a connection to the earth. So I'm using this block. My palms are down in my lap, but I'm sitting up tall, shoulders are down, and arrive. You're here now. We're going to practice yoga. Take a brief moment to scan the body and notice anything we need to be especially aware of today. And then notice anything that's weighing on your mind or your heart as well. And then turn your attention to your breath. Slowing it down and lengthening it and evening it out. So this is the breath that we will use today. Slow and even breaths that fill us up and empty us completely. We'll bring our right palm to heart center. We're going to put the left palm on top of that, and we'll take a moment to set an intention for this practice. It might be the word simplicity, or it might be anything else that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands. We'll bring them back to the lap, and we're going to sit towards the edge of the chair. So I move that prop away, and I come forward, feet on the floor, hands on my lap. And just sit up for a moment, and we'll do some little motions to get us ready for our mindful movements. So very first, let's do a little side body stretch. You can put your hand on your lap, or you can put your hand on the edge of the chair, or if you have an armchair, you can put it on the arm of the chair. And we're going to take that other arm up and over for a little side body stretch. Now we know that a cactus arm is always a choice, or we can reach that arm up. Let the fingers and the wrist be soft, and just breathe into that left side of the body. If the neck allows, look up. And then we're going to come right back down, and we're going to go to the other side. So again, left hand can be on the thigh, on the edge of the chair, on the arm of the chair, and then that right arm reaches up. And if the neck allows, we look up and we breathe into the right side of the body. And then we float that arm back down. Let's take a loop with those shoulders. And we're gonna open our arms wide now, wide arm, fingertip to fingertip, as long as possible. And we'll give ourselves a hug, right arm on top of left. Give yourself that hug. Walk the fingers to as far back as they can. We're sitting up tall right now. As we inhale, we're gonna lift the elbows, lift the chin, lift the gaze, coming into a little back bend. And as we exhale, let's bring the belly button back to the spine, rounding down, dropping the chin. So here it is. This is just a little bit of a cat-cow with our arms giving ourselves a hug. Stay here and breathe. And then on your next inhale, push into the feet, lift up the elbows, the chest, the chin, the gaze. And exhale, take it all the way back down. Okay, we'll do one more just like that. So we inhale, lift, open. And exhale, come on back down. And then come back to neutral, open the arms wide. Fingertip to fingertip, just a big wingspan again, shoulders down. Look at where you are in space, right? Those arms should be pretty much in line with your shoulders. And if we thought they were and they weren't, then let's change it, move them in line, within range of what the body can do. If your arms can't go out that far, then definitely leave them here. But if they're here, make sure they're where they belong. And then if the shoulders allow, let's bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. And you may notice that those arms open a little bit wider. Now they're behind the plane of the back. The chin, the chest, the gaze lifts again. Here it is, a big open back bend. No hug this time. And then we're going to give ourselves a hug again. So give ourselves a hug, this time different arm on top. I think we're going the left arm on top right now. Feel that space between the shoulder blades get bigger, and then bring the belly button back to the spine, drop the chin, take it all the way down, rounding the spine. So this is our cat pose. And as we inhale, we feel those sit bones kind of shift forward, elbows lift, chin lift, stay here. And then let's do it again, rounding, rounding, rounding. And lift up. And one last one, rounding and lifting. Stay here. And then come back to neutral, open the arms wide one last time. My arms are active, my thumbs are up. And then float those hands back down to your lap. Take a loop with those shoulders, move the feet up and down, the heels up and down. And we'll take a gentle twist. So let's go to the right, bringing left hand outside the right thigh, just a gentle twist. And then come back through center, take it in the other direction. And return. And bring those hands back to your lap. Okay, so we're going to get started now on our mindful movements. And we're, like I said, we're going to do the first 4 movements seated. These can be done standing as well. But we'll start here and then we'll move to standing. Always working within the range of what is available to you today. Honor your body. The point of this practice is to listen to what the body's telling you. We strip away the complex. We come back to the very crux, the very basic, what's important. We sit up tall. The first movement is very easy. The inhale is going to take the arms up to shoulder height. The palms are down. And the exhale floats them right back down to your lap. We'll do it 4 times. Inhale. And exhale. If you can close your eyes and eliminate visual distraction, that's a good thing too. But if it doesn't feel comfortable to close the eyes, don't worry about it. One last one. Let the hands rest in the lap when you're finished. And we know that everyone breathes at a different rate. So if you finish before me, just wait until I catch up. And if you're going a little bit slower than I am, there's always a little pause between the sequence. Okay, round two, very similar. The arms are going to lift all the way up this time. It might be long arms or it might be cactus arms. That's our inhale. And the exhale will bring the hands back to the lap. So we're traveling a little greater distance. We might be moving a little faster. 4 times. Inhale. And exhale. The invitation to close the eyes if that works for you. Okay. Step 3, we start with our fingertips on our shoulders, and our inhale opens the arms wide. That's the inhale. The exhale will bring fingertips back to the shoulders. We'll do 4. Inhale and exhale. Think about keeping that heart center lifted so we're not caving in, but we're sitting up nice and tall. Let the hands come back to your lap when you finish. Take a loop with the shoulders. Whew. Okay, now this next one is 2 breaths. Again, be very aware of what's going on in your shoulder and what you have available to you today. We make it work for us. It's 2 breaths. We can start with our hands in our lap or hands at heart. The inhale is going to reach the arms open and out. Exhale is going to kind of take them down and back. So it's like we're making a big circle. Then the inhale takes them back and up. Exhale, forward and down. So it is 2 rounds of breath in this cycle. We do it 4 times. That's 8 breaths. I'm a math genius, right? When you're ready, and again, if the shoulder is not participating today, you can take it to a very simple cactus arm lift and lower. We know that. So don't strain, don't cause any pain in the body. Sensation, but not pain. When you're ready, inhale and exhale. Inhale and close that circle. That's 1 round. Two. 3. And 4. See what's going on with those shoulders. And now we're going to make our way to standing. So come on up. Make sure our space, our standing space is safe. So, I like to move stuff off the floor. We're going to keep our chair close by because we will use it again. But let's come to a little stance. My feet are a little wider than my hips right now. So I feel really stable here. This feels good. And with my hands on my hips, this feels great. Now, if you don't feel stable, bring that chair in front of you. so that your hands would be on the back of the chair. That would be just fine. With soft knees, though, we're going to make some hip circles. Again, this is a 2-breath sequence. So soft knees, we start making a circle, say to the left and back. That's our inhale. Exhale, complete the circle. And then inhale, go back the other way. And exhale, and move forward to complete the circle. So that's the sequence. An inhale and an exhale, and an inhale and an exhale. We'll do it 4 times. Soften into the knees. Knees can be as bent or as straight as you like. Here comes the exhale. Take it the other way. That's 1. And because we aren't moving a great distance, and we are moving with our breath, these are slow movements. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. It's almost like a really slow hula movement, you know? And I think we have 1 more to go. Come back to center. I hope I counted that right. If there was another one, go ahead, but I think I got 4. I don't know. Okay, for this next one, we will use our chair for balance help. This one, we're going to be standing on our toes. It's called frog. My heels are together, my toes are out. Like a V, okay, like a V, not like a straight line, like a V. And we're going to come up onto the toes, keeping heels together. So this will be our inhale, and then our exhale will allow us to bend the knees however deep we want. This is plenty deep, this is plenty deep, this is plenty deep, right? You don't need to go down here, and then we come back up. So the heels will not lower in this until we've done 4. It's just 1 breath. So let's take it up. This is our inhale. Exhale. You can have 1 or both hands on the chair in front of you. Inhale, number 2. And exhale. And then come back up when you finish and lower the heels. You can separate those feet now. Just notice how that feels. The next one is a forward fold, and we've got many options here. We can work with the back of the chair. The inhale is going to take the arms up no matter what we do. Let the arms up, maybe if you feel comfortable, you look up, lift up, right? And then the exhale is going to let you fold. Knees can be soft. You can fold right here to the back of the chair, or you can fold to the seat of the chair. And then push into the feet, nice long spine. Inhale takes you back up. So that's just a 1 breath sequence. We can do this. My stance is a little bit wider than my hips again, so I feel very stable. Knees are soft. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale with a tall spine. Exhale. I'm counting. Don't worry. I won't worry. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then come on back up to standing. Float the arms down. Take a breath. Notice how things feel when you've completed that sequence. And we're going to turn the chair to the side, so the chair will be at the side of us, and we will have our fingertip control on the chair. This one is a 2 breath sequence, and we need to we're going to be working with balance, and the core is involved as well, right? So you'll notice, like we're just moving a little bit more of the body each time. The leg that's next to the chair is going to be the leg that moves. The outside leg is going to be the standing leg. Those 2 breaths. The inhale is going to lift up that knee. I'm just going to turn so you can see. Exhale, extend the leg. It's pretty low, but you could extend it higher if you wanted. Inhale, bend the knee back in. Exhale, put it down. We're going to do 4 on this side. When you put the foot down, shift the weight so that the weight is evenly balanced again. And then we start with the same leg. So we'll do 4 on this leg, then we'll switch. This hand can be wherever you want it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Put the foot down. Weight shifts. Yes. Now, again, inhale. Exhale. That's 2. And 3. Next one. And 4. Pause. You can turn around now, and the other hand goes to the chair. I'm just going to face the camera. I'm not going to move furniture because, you know, I don't like doing that. Same idea. The leg that's next to the chair is the one that moves. It's going to be 2 counts. I'm going to do the 1 practice in case you want to try it on this leg first. Inhale and down. Okay. So we do 4 on this leg. Remember to bring the weight back into that leg when it lands. When you're ready. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Release. That's fine. Notice the core working. Three. Pause. Notice how those hips feel now. Have we evened them out? Okay, this next one really focuses on that hip bone in the socket. Same thing with the chair by our side, but this time the leg that's next to the chair is our standing leg and the other leg will be moving. So 2 breaths. No, 1 breath, 1 breath. As we inhale, we're going to take that leg forward and around and back to the side. And the toe can touch on the ground. And I don't know if you can see this, but I've been practicing this. And you see all these little circles in my carpet because I've been doing this. So the inhale takes it back. And then the exhale, we come all the way to the front and park the foot. Again, the weight shifts. That kind of gives us that sense of closure. Okay. 4 times on this side, then we're going to move to the other side. Other hand can do whatever it wants. Inhale. And exhale. Shift. Same leg. Last one. And pause. Okay, you can turn around to the other side of your chair. You can move your chair. But we do the other side. This leg, the standing leg, is the one next to your chair. The inhale is going to take that leg forward and then back. Toe can touch the ground the entire time. And then the exhale brings it forward and parks it, and the weight shifts 4 times. Inhale. And exhale. Keep that length in the spine. Number 3. And pause. Notice how the hips feel. Notice what's going on. Okay, we're on number 10. So this one we're going to do, it's like a warrior 1. So let's step back with one leg or the other. I don't care. If you want to use a chair for fingertip control, it's probably better. I'm going to say it's probably better if the chair is next to your back leg. So I'll do it this way just to show you. I'm going to move the chair so it's not on the screen, but take one leg forward, one leg back. The leg that's forward, that's the arm that's going to be moving. So if you need a chair, I would put it by the back arm. Okay. Here's what the sequence is going to be. One breath. We'll do 4 on this side, 4 on the other. As we inhale, we bend the knee, reach the arm up, take the gaze up as well. So you lift your eyes, lift the chin, and then the exhale is going to bring you back down. Okay. Let me just move this so that you can have nothing in your way. If the backhand is not on a chair, you can bring it to your hip. We'll straighten that leg, and we're going to do 4. Inhale and exhale. And pause. Bring the feet back together. We'll do the other side. Making sure that we know where the knee is going, not going to go beyond that ankle. Give it a try. Try 1. Reaching up, looking up. That's why we do that practice round, and then we're going to do it 4 times. Inhale and exhale. And then come back to Tadasana. Let the arms rest alongside the body. You can even turn those palms forward. Let the crown of the head reach for the ceiling. Your feet are probably 1 fist distance apart, maybe a little bit more. And just notice sensations in the body. Some very mindful movements, right? Simple, not easy, because tying the mind, the body, the breath all together takes some work. Okay, and then let's just bring a little bit of movement back to the body. And we'll do a few other things that are simple, but maybe not easy. So let's take a wide stance now. We're going to take a wide stance and we're going to come to a warrior 2 stance. Again, if you need that chair for balance, I would put it in front of you. Take the wide stance. We're turning our right toes out to the right. The left toes come in about 15 degrees. We can add the arms when we're ready. Let me just move this out of the way here. So we add the arms when we're ready. Now, this is a really important time to look. First, think about where you think your arms are, right? And then look and see if they are there. And if they're not, because that's not the way they go, whatever, that's fine. But just kind of make that note in your head. This is how we practice learning where we are in space, right? Shoulders are over the hips and down from my ears, and a gentle gaze over the middle finger of that right hand. Now, imagine, if you will, that we're in a body of water and floating. So maybe it's the Dead Sea. Just real gentle movements. And you see my leg is moving just a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe we're in a swimming pool and we have floaties on. There's a lot of different choices here, right? But whatever it is, we are supported in the water and we're just very gently bobbing in the water. And then stop that intentional movement and come into stillness and tune into the body now. And notice movement and sensation that is not being managed by your brain, right? So I feel my heartbeat, I feel my breath filling up my lungs. But I also notice my ankles and the stabilizers in my legs are kind of working right now to keep me upright. So when we pull away all the complexity, there's a lot happening, even at the simple level. And when we hold these poses like this, which is a tremendous amount of work, we work to build strength in those muscles. Now float the arms down, straighten the leg. Just pause for a moment. Notice how that feels. Notice how those arms feel. Notice how the legs feel. Let's turn the toes straight ahead. Just pause for a moment. And now we're going to take it in the other direction. Same thing. So now my left toes are going straight that way. My right toes are in slightly. My hips are comfortable, right? So don't have any preconceived notions. I just want you to be comfortable in this stance. Front knees bent. And then add your arms. Think about where you think they are and then look and see where they are and make those adjustments. Like I noticed my hand was tipped up. So now I tip that thumb down and it's more in line with what I was expecting. Then imagine we're back in that pool in that saltwater body and we're floating, bobbing in the water. It's supporting us and we're safe. And then we're going to stop the movement and just be still and notice sensation in the body. Let the arms down, straighten the leg. Let's bring those legs in. Just notice how things feel now. Okay, let's take a wide stance again, and it's wide so that it's comfortable for you. And actually, this would be a good one to use the wall behind you as a support if you need it. So we'll take a wide stance, and then we're going to bring the heels in and the toes out a little bit. So not in a straight line. Let's do them here, which feels pretty good. I feel stable still, but my legs are straight and strong. Crown of the head reaches for the ceiling. Now, let's take those arms out again. We've done this multiple times now. Seated, shoulders come down from the ears. My thumbs are up, fingers from tip to tip as long as possible. So if you were looking in a mirror, you would see you're a 5-pointed star right now. 2 feet, 2 fingers, or 2 hands, and then the crown of your head. 5-pointed star. And what I'd like us to do, let's see where the hands are in space, make adjustments. Now we're going to bring those shoulder blades together and down the back, and you may notice that those arms go behind the plane of the body. Heart center lifts, chin lifts, maybe even your gaze lifts. Breathe here. This is a big standing back bend is what this is. And then straighten out the crown of the head. Float the arms down. Let's bring those feet back together. Wiggle, jiggle, shake everything out. Just notice what that felt like, that openness across the front. Okay. So as long as we're working with balance, we're going to move to tree now. But we're going to try that tree with those star arms. Woo, see how that feels. So come back to mountain pose, and this time let the feet be real close because we're going to switch from 2 feet to 1. Hands come to heart. We'll shift the weight into this left leg, bend the right knee, open it out to the right. Now you see I'm right next to the wall back here. And if I'm going to fall, the wall has me, which is really nice. Okay, here's where my tree is. My toes could also be on the ground and my heel on my ankle. Another great place. But think about getting taller, lifting ribs out of hips, and then we start. Can we separate the palms? Just start here. Can we get to a point where this feels like balance? And then maybe a little wider. And eventually, maybe not, we come back to these wide arms, thumbs up. We drop the shoulder blades, we lift the chin. This is a lot. Lifting the gaze in a balanced pose is challenging. So here's the wall right behind me, and I can rest on it if I need to, and then come away. Bring those hands back to center. Release the knee forward. Come out of the pose, wiggle and jiggle. We have to do the other side. Same thing. We start with our feet together, hands together. This is just telling the body, oh, that's the middle. Weight shifts to left or right leg, bend left knee, and open it out to the side. So there's my foot on my ankle, toes on the ground, terrific. Or I can slide that foot up to my shin. Both are good. This is a balanced posture, right? And then we just move. We start maybe by separating the hands, because every time we come away from this midline, we challenge the balance. See how it goes. Take a breath or two in each place. And if it's not going to work, this is where you stay or go back one. All good, my friends, all good. If you get to a point where you're comfortable and you can raise your gaze, give it a try. And then bring hands back to center. Release the knee forward, step out of the pose, wiggle and jiggle. Okay, let's get our chair, and we're going to look at the seat. So I'm going to face the seat of the chair. I'm going to stand up facing that seat of the chair. We're going to take a nice forward fold here. So my feet are about hip distance apart. I'm like in a Tadasana. Let's get tall through the crown of the head and then soften into the knees. Bring the hands down to the seat of the chair. You can bring your hands here. You can come down onto forearms if you like. You can drop your head to your body. I mean, you've got a million ways to take this fold. Let your knees be soft. Let your lower back rest. And we're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. And then we make our way back up to standing. So if our forearms are on the chair, we move to palms to the chair. We push ourselves up, long spine, long spine. Once we get to here, we soften into the knees, pretty big time. One hand goes to each thigh. Push into the feet. Make your way back up to standing. Take a loop or two with the shoulders. And now we're going to come back to seated. So sit on your chair, sit on the edge. Sit on the edge of the chair first. We'll come here. Okay, feet are on the floor. They're parallel. Let's get a little twisting in. So let's come back to cactus arms now. Shoulders are down. Let's take an inhale. And as we exhale, let's twist to the right, bringing that left hand outside the right thigh. So not crying, but just letting it rest there. This back arm is lifted. Again, building that strength, that stamina. And then inhale, come back to center, cactus arms. We'll take another inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to go in the other direction. So we twist to the left, right hand comes outside left thigh. That left hand stays in my cactus mode here. And look at it, see what it looks like. Is it what you thought? Make the adjustment, send the message back to your brain. Untwist, come back to center. Bring those hands back down to the lap. Let's do a few shoulder rolls here. After all that work with the arms and the shoulders. And then we're going to slide our bodies back. So bring that connection to the floor, right? That prop that connects it to the floor. We move back. My thigh is fully supported by the seat of the chair. My feet are connected to the earth on this block. A book would do exactly the same thing. And if your legs are long, you probably don't need anything. but mine aren't. Shoulders down from the ears. Let's turn palms up. And let's just take a moment to let the benefits of this practice become a part of us. That's what we do at the end of class when we're still. So what are some of the benefits of this practice? Well, we slowed things down and we eliminated a lot of the complexity and just focused on the basics. We found simplicity within our practice. Sometimes as we're going on throughout our days, it seems like things are getting too complicated. It might help us to just take a breath, tear away the complexity, and find the very basics. Return to your breath, letting it fill the body and empty. We'll gently blink open the eyes and bring the palms to heart center now. And tuck your chin. Let the head come down. And just thank yourself here for taking time out of your busy day to practice yoga. And my friends, I thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. I miss you so fiercely. I look forward to when we're together again. Sam says we'll have a party